It's starting to feel a lot like Chris. Oh, no, I guess it's not. Look at this. It's starting to feel a lot like summer for a lot of folks as we go into the 20th. Look at this big time warmth coming into a lot of the country here in this area and pushing this forward into the 21st. That only continues. But there could be some relief on the way as I push this just a little bit further. You can see that heat continues to spread off to the east. Even could get some 90s return down here in the large hat area, the big cowboy hat area of the United States, and then pushing this even further. Look at this. You see the little bit of a frontal boundary starting to sink down into the United States. That's going to bring some cooler temperatures going into the 24th. Most likely, there's a lot of model support for this. It might not be as cold, or maybe could be a little bit colder. Some little fine details could shift around here, especially how far south or east this cold ends up going. But a cold shot could be after that as well. But overall, we're talking about, at least in the short term here, a lot of heat across the eastern United States. But you can see the western half of the United States is looking pretty cold. It's because of that cutoff low is coming in. That might bring some severe weather. So let's go ahead and check out the latest on that. So here's the rest of the day, future radar here, and pushing this forward. You can see that we do have a marginal risk. First starting off for the day, that's going to be, it should be happening around now when I'm making this forecast. We're going to have some storms out there. Some of them might be severe. We're not really worried about tornadoes over there too much, just maybe some small hail and some damaging winds. But as we go a little bit later into today, you can see that we do have, potentially late night, some chances for some severe weather. Some of this might try to cause a tornado, maybe one tornado could be possible, but I'm more actually worried about tomorrow. This is tomorrow's risk. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little bit of a slight risk and maybe a 5% tornado risk get issued for this day, because as you can see, that moisture really starts to build in here. We start to see some thunderstorms firing. I mean, earlier in the day, the storm was kind of messy, but now it's really starting to get its act together. So it's put its big boy pants on, and today it's trying to shine. It's trying to have a good day, which is not good for us. We don't like it when storms have good days, but overall, you can see that we do have a couple little cells firing over there near Roswell, maybe over there near Clovis to Kamari. Those could cause some larger hail, potentially a tornado or two, maybe a little bit more than two tornadoes could happen going into tomorrow, around 7 p.m. Really got to watch that as it pushes off to the north and east. The good news out here is that, there's a lot lower chance of a tornado affecting a population as, cities are few and far in between. There's a lot of empty space out here where not a whole lot of people live. But, in that small chance that something does happen, you definitely are near you. You definitely need to be weather aware as, tomorrow I could definitely see this being a 5% tornado risk, just given the environment that is behind this storm. But after that, we're really not expecting this storm to do too much more. Hopping over to the satellite view here and turning on our it's kind of like an MRI of the storm here. We're looking at the cold cloud tops. You can see that, our little tropical system here in the Caribbean actually might form. It might form into a tropical depression or storm. The forecast still really hasn't changed here. We're still expecting this thing to go into the Yucatan Peninsula, and, maybe a weak tropical depression or storm is possible, but once it interacts with land, it's going to fall apart. All models are kind of on agreement on that. No guarantee it will form, but hey, there is a 70% chance of that possibility. And then coming back over to here and looking at our other potential system here, we have a 20% chance, and that continues to lower. Model confidence continues to fall. But, I will say it's looking pretty organized right now. It looks decently organized. Got a couple of thunderstorms out there, but, it's just not really, it's battling a lot of non-favorable kinematics or non-favorable environment for a tropical system. So not really expecting to see this storm really do much. It's most likely just going to continue to pop up these thunderstorms. It might try to organize later on. I mean, this thing's still got a long time to go over the ocean, really not interacting with much land, but the forecast track really hasn't changed for this one either. We're kind of expecting it to kind of do something like this. So, if you are in the path of this, just be watching out for some showers, maybe some flooding there. But for the United States, that's really not going to do much. Yeah, other than that, you can really see this high pressure system dominating over here still. And you see everything kind of generally moving in this direction around it still, has its grasp on the eastern part of the United States. This is why we haven't really seen anything happening here over the last couple of days, and we've been seeing a little bit of cooler temperatures stick around, but that's going to change, obviously, as this cutoff low comes in and butts into that, brings some moisture and heat out of the Gulf of Mexico further north. But one thing I do want to talk about is look at this, a little bit of snow over here. You can see the snow definitely ended up happening here for Idaho, going down in Nevada in the mountainous regions, and it's starting to push down to the south. We might see some snow over here near Utah today. Also, that could eventually meander into like the Colorado Springs, Denver area up in the mountainous regions. Some might make it down to the surface, but you know, it's gonna be a 50-50 shot of that. But yeah, I mean, other than that, just really not seeing a whole lot of anything out there to really talk about. So I guess that's pretty much it for this video. Oh, look at this. Look at this little swirly dude over here. That's interesting. A little bit of a low pressure system. If there was more moisture, that would be a tropical storm, but there is nothing there right now. But that's pretty cool. A little swirl. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for me, folks. Thank you for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next video. I don't even know when that's going to be. Something's going to have to pop up here to convince me to do a video on it, because right now, I mean, it's just quiet. It's just quiet, and it's what we expect during these times of months. Not a whole lot of moisture. So anyways, guys, I will see you on the next video. Peace.